हॅलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम. तर आता आपण जी पी व्हीमधला जेनेटिक मटेरियल या चॅप्टरमधला शेवटचा पार्ट बघणार आहोत, म्हणजे सिग्निफिकन्स ऑफ डी एन ए आणि आर एन ए. तर स्टार्ट करूया आपण सिग्निफिकन्स ऑफ द डी एन ए. इन दिस द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज significance is heredity. Second one is protein synthesis. Third is transfer of the genetic information. And fourth one is variation and the evolution. And fifth one is it controls metabolic activities. And sixth is for controlling the characters of an organism. And last one is for formation of the new combinations of the genes. This is the significance of the DNA. It is in short, and this is in detail. We'll see here in detail the significance of the DNA molecule. First one is that is the DNA is the carrier of hereditary information. Second one is DNA produces RNA by the process called transcription, and RNA provides information for the protein synthesis. Then the DNA is significant for the protein synthesis, not directly, but first it produces RNA, and RNA provides information to form a protein. And the third one is a DNA has a property of replication, and also called a duplication, and this helps to the transfer of genetic information from one generation to the next generation. The which property? Replication property for transfer the genetic information. And the fourth one is DNA undergoes mutation. This is main cause of the variation and evolution. Which main cause? DNA undergoes mutation. This is the main cause for variation and the evolution. And the fifth one is it controls metabolic activities and characters of an organism by determining the synthesis of specific proteins, enzymes and hormones. It is one important. It controls metabolic activities and characters. And the last one is it also contributes to the formation of new combinations of the genes or recombinations. New combination of the genes or recombinations through the crossing over during meiosis. Through the crossing over during meiosis. This is the significance of the DNA molecule. Hence it is a very important one for study the DNA molecule. And it is in short: heredity, protein synthesis, transfer of genetic information, variation and evolution, controls metabolic activities, controls characters of an organism, and formation of new combinations of the genes or the recombinations. We'll see the RNA. First we'll see the discovery. Who discovered the RNA? The discovery of the RNA began with the discovery of the nucleic acid by the Frederick Miescher in 1868, who called the material nuclein since it was found in the nucleus. And next is structure of the RNA. Sorry, it is the structure of the RNA. In this, the RNA it is structure. This is single-stranded, and this is the nucleotides: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and new one is uracil. And in DNA, it is thymine. It is replaced by uracil in the RNA. One more, see here. This is the RNA single stranded. This is the sugar phosphate backbone. This is the mRNA single stranded molecule. mRNA single stranded molecule. These are the key points. Here are the nucleotides: guanine, cytosine, adenine and uracil, means nitrogen bases present in RNA. So go to the next, the components of the RNA. We'll see the basic components of the RNA. The ribonucleic acid consists of following basic components. The first one is ribose sugar. Second one is phosphate in diester linkage. Third one is nitrogenous base pairs. In nitrogenous base pairs, there are 4 nitrogenous base pairs. First one is uracil, U, represented by U, adenine, represented by A, thymine, T, guanine, G. We'll see adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. And this is the phosphate diester linkage. And these are the nitrogen bases. This is the ribose sugar. Go to the next. The types of the RNA. This is important one. Two main types of the RNA. In these types, these are the genetic RNA and the non-genetic RNA. In genetic RNA, it is present in the viruses and acts as a genetic material. And non-genetic RNA takes place in a protein synthesis in most of the organisms. And the non-genetic RNA are of three types. We'll see the types of the non-genetic organism. First one is mRNA, second one is rRNA, and third one is tRNA. First we'll see the mRNA. mRNA means, we'll see here mRNA. mRNA means messenger RNA. It performs the function of an translation during protein synthesis. mRNA is formed during DNA by the process of transcription in the nucleus. Later on, it comes in cytoplasm and moves to the ribosomes, since it carries the message for protein synthesis from the DNA to the ribosome, and it is called a messenger RNA. mRNA forms only 3.5% of the total cellular RNA, and the molecular weight of the mRNA is 5 lakh Daltons. There are two ends in mRNA molecule, that is 3' end and 5' end. Here it is 3' end and it is a 5' end. The nucleotides of mRNA are arranged in a group of the triplets, 3 triples or codons. 3 triples are also called as codons. The sequences of the codon on mRNA strand is called the genetic code or mRNA language or cryptogram. This is the important term, that is the cryptogram. mRNA has an initiation codon at the 5' end. It is AUG and GUG. This is the initiation codon AUG and GUG. And go to the next. mRNA ends at 3' end with stop codon or nonsense codon. Stop codon means nonsense codon, which are UAA, UAG or UGA. These codons do not code any amino acids. Which codons do not code any for any amino acids? There are stop codons or nonsense codons, UAA, UAG or UGA. Each codon of mRNA specifies a particular amino acid. Examples: AUG specifies methionine or F-methionine, and GGG specifies glycine. The main function of the mRNA is to carry coded information about the sequence of amino acid in the polypeptide chain from DNA to the ribosome. It is the main function of the mRNA, to carry coded information. Move to the next. This is the structure of mRNA. It is linear structure. See here. This is termination codon, UAA. This is initiation codon, and triplet codons are the codons. Next one is rRNA. This is the rRNA. These are the base pairs. This is the loop. And here information about rRNA. rRNA means ribosomal RNA. rRNA is the largest RNA. They contribute about 80% of the total RNA. They are formed by the DNA and present in the ribosomes. Hence, the name is rRNA. They are present in the ribosomes. Hence, the name is given by the rRNA. This is important for MCQ. Whenever the complementary nitrogen base pairs are available on the strand, will fold upon itself and appear as it is a double helix whenever the nitrogen bases are not complementary, they remain unpaired and single-stranded. This is the property of rRNA, R means or ribosomal RNA. And function 1 of rRNA, it provides proper binding site for mRNA, and it orients the mRNA molecule in such a way that all codons are properly read. For reading the codons, it is very important. Orientation takes place of the mRNA molecule, and codons are read properly, and it gives the proper binding site for a mRNA. It is the rRNA, single-stranded one. It forms loop-like structure. We'll move to the next and most important one, that is the tRNA. This is the transfer RNA. You'll see tRNA is a single-stranded molecule. It forms about the 10 to 20% of the total cellular RNA. Its molecular weight is about 23,000 to the 30,000 Daltons. A tRNA structure shows two models. The first one is hairpin model and the second one is clover leaf model. First one is hairpin model, was proposed by the Hoagland. tRNA molecule is folded in such a way that there is one loop having triplet or unpaired bases called as anticodon. One loop has triplet of unpaired base. This is a hairpin model. There is a G nucleotide at 5' end and CCA nucleotides at 3' end. And second one is clover leaf model, which is proposed by Holly. According to this model, tRNA has three arms, that is DHU arm, anticodon arm, and T lambda arm. We'll see here. This is the hairpin model. At 5' end, G nucleotide is present, and at 3' end, A CC nucleotide is present. And these are the clover leaf model. Three arms here: DHU loop, anticodon loop, and here TC loop. And these are the acceptor ends. Upper are the acceptor ends, and this is one variable arm called or lump, and this is the anticodon loop. Anticodon consisting of the three nucleotides are present on the anticodon loop. See here, anticodon consists three nucleotides which are present in a anticodon loop. These are the three nucleotides 1, 2, 3, and which is present on the anticodon loop. And these nucleotides are unpaired. These nucleotides are unpaired. And the last one, anticodons are complementary to codons present on the mRNA. Therefore, they are also called as no-doc. This is opposite to the codon, no-doc. See one important sentence here. Anticodons are complementary to the codons present on the mRNA. These anticodons are complementary to the codons on the mRNA. And we'll see the function of the tRNA. tRNA carries a specific amino acid for protein synthesis during translation process. It is very important for the translation process to carry out. And for difference between the two or three, that is percentage and weight and the structure and the functions, are the differences are very important for mRNA, rRNA or tRNA. And the last one is difference between DNA and RNA. We'll see next. So thank you friends. The chapter will be covered. See overview. First we'll see the cell to the DNA, and we'll see cell to the DNA as a double helix, and then we'll see the introduction and pre-contributions of the Gregor John Mendel, Sutton and Bohri, T.H. Morgan, and next we'll see DNA as a genetic material. In this, the criteria of DNA as a genetic material and the experiments. First Griffith experiment, Avery, McLeod and MC Carey's experiment, and the last one is Hershey and Chase experiment. We'll see, and we'll see the structure of the DNA. That is the in structure we'll see the Watson-Crick model and various properties of the DNA. We'll see the classification of the DNA. And next important one, the replication of the DNA, that is dispersive, conservative and semi-conservative. And next the significance of the DNA we covered it. And RNA, see the discovery, structure and the components and the types, that is mRNA, rRNA and tRNA. So thank you friends.